Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Nur Ain binti Ismail from CEL2102, metric number 177614. So, for this SCL week 7, for the second project, which is share your talk, I would like to explain about the video that I watched already in the YouTube based on the link given. So for the firstly, I'm so sorry, actually I could not clearly hear what the people in the video said, but I'll try my best to explain what I have watched and heard in the video. So for the first question, the question asked me on what are some of the views expressed by the people in the video about street art and how did they feel about street art. Basically, in my understanding, I would say that most of the respondents were support the street art because for the first respondent, the respondent said that street art is a story much more than just doing spray cans, and a lot of other art form much temporarily in the public space. And after that, the person in the video will explain about the history of the street art, and then that was arrived in the 1980s in Melbourne from the vibrancy of New York. And then one of the respondents was saying that it is a good idea to have street art in gallery when the person asked, what do you think about having street art in gallery? And then another respondent was saying that street art belongs to the street, means that it does not belongs to stay in the gallery. So after that, the people in the video say that there's still people that dislike it, means some of the people dislike the street art actually, but some of them were like to see the street art. And then one of the students, the respondent were consist of student, local, urban scroll tour. Actually, in the video, when the zoo, which is urban scroll tour, giving her response, actually I could not understand a little bit what she was saying, because maybe due to her accent that she used during the video recording. And then we have 4 people that that they feel that actually give their hope to the street art, which for the first just express about street art overall. Okay, for the second question, it asked me to summarize the video content by identifying the main ideas and specific details. Actually, I'll try to identify the main ideas and specific details. And for the first, at first, the video were describing about the history of street art, and then after that, the video were interview some of the people and ask about having street art in gallery. And then we have a lot of response from different response from the respondent. And then for the next, we have 4 people that in the video, the video maker make them in four box and then put them there. and then they explain about the street art. For the first, the people said that street art undergoes many changes since arrived in 1980s, and then for the second, the person was saying that the street art has more accepting by people, and then for the third one, the third person was saying that the future of street art in future is unpredictable. Mean we do not know what will happen to street art in future. And for the fourth one, as I understand, she said that stay with generation, that they cannot break, means from within the street art and generation they cannot break. And then for the third question, the question asked me on what do you think this type of art has a message, or is it merely a work of art? Explain your view. So in my opinion, I think that the art, this type of art, which is street art, has its own message, as different person have different view. As we can see, some people were saying, for instance, I see the picture and I describing as blah 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 blah, but other person see the picture with different description. Means that I think it has the street art has its own message actually, on how, or maybe to describe someone feeling through the street art. I think it is not just work of art. It may have its own reason on how, on why it happened, why the street art is occur. So move to the next question. The question asked me, in your opinion, what inspired the artist to create such artwork? In my opinion, artists are inspired by many things. They may be inspired by nature, their surroundings, or by books that they read, or magazines, movies, or they watch television shows, by listening to the music, travel, emotions, memories, or their sketchbook. What I can say is the list of these things which may inspire artists goes on and on. Means that without give up. Ideas for artworks sometimes come out of the blue when the artist least expect it. Many artists have their own sketchbooks handy, so ideas can be jotted down, and they can refer later. Sometimes their ideas happen while the artist is painting. That's why it is important for artists to sometimes just create for the sake of creating, especially those who have artist block. So let's move to the last question, which is what do you think of street art? Does it bring positive or negative impact to individuals? Okay, for me personally, I really enjoy looking at street art, because when it is done well by somebody who is very talented in that field, because not all can do street art. So I can describe them as feeling converted to art. Means they convert their feeling to art to describe their feeling. Okay, people have different points of view. It depends on their lifestyle. Street art is frequently confused with graffiti, but street artists often use formal art techniques like printmaking, silk screening, even sculpting. In contrast to the immediate, almost pointedly methods of spray can welding graffiti artists. In this way, Street art has survived and proliferated in the face of police crackdowns. It has adopted the propagative mechanisms of print and advertising culture to remain exclusive, widespread, and relevant at all of the same time. So, more than just surviving, the movement has entered global popular culture. More and more people now participate in street art, not as we can see in the video in New York, but also like London, Berlin, Tokyo, and even in Malaysia, we have it too. There are magazines and art galleries devoted to street art. Even as we can see right now, some large corporations have noticed and are looking at using street art as a way to reach young and design conscious consumers. So I think that's all from my opinion. That's all from me. Thank you. See. Bye.